Raise your hand if you guys want to hear a creepy Halloween story, but it isn't about ghosts or ghouls. It's about a government shutdown which feels all too perfectly timed. This is my working theory about the perfect storm of tragedies which is getting ready to happen to blue cities. We're in week 3 of the government shutdown, and the longer this goes on, this feels less like gridlock and more like design. Because the timing, the programs affected, the silence from the top, it's starting to form a pattern which is hard to not see. Everybody's focused on the SNAP programs that have been cut for November. There are 5 programs that literally keep people alive that are either stalled or just about out of money. And the longer it goes on, the harder it hits the same group of people. Poor and working families in blue cities. You have SNAP, which is grocery money for roughly 42 million Americans. October was safe, November's not. You have WIC, which is 8.5 million pregnant women and kids under 5 that rely on that for food. And those reserves will be gone in days. Then you have TANF, which expired last month, and the emergency funds are drying up, supplemental income to low-income families. You have Section 8, which is frozen. So, of course, landlords are going to be unpaid, and evictions will be on the rise. And then you have LIHEAP, which is the Heating Assistance Program, paused, just as the cold moves in. So let's look at an example. You could have a family in Philly. Mom is a gig worker, dad is disabled, they have 2 children. So with SNAP gone, $752 in groceries, gone. Rent voucher, stalled. And their heating bills, spiking, with no relief in sight. No food, no warmth, no safety net. Now multiply that by millions and millions of people. Now why did I say blue cities? Because in the red cities, in red states, right, they hunt, they fish, they have alternate sources of food. People in blue cities, urban areas, do not have that luxury. So the longer this goes on, it's the communities in blue cities and blue states who are hurt the most. Because think about it, before the shutdown, there was a clean bipartisan deal. It was ready just to keep things open through November. But GOP leadership, backed by Trump, demanded massive cuts to food aid, health insurance subsidies, and it collapsed on September 28th. And Trump said, no deal till the Dems fold. 3 weeks later, still no progress, yet we inch closer and closer to the winter. And as families prepare to freeze and starve, he's out golfing. So what's the goal? Here's the part where it gets darker. Because if you look what's happening outside of the budget fight, it's like someone's turning up the heat on purpose. ICE raids have ramped up. ICE agents are becoming more aggressive, principally in blue cities, pretty much only in blue cities. Chicago, LA, immigration lawyers are saying the detentions are harsher, and even legal residents are getting swept into the confusion. Of course, that's creating fear and outrage, exactly the kind of powder keg that could explode when people are already desperate from the shutdown. At the same time, the administration keeps doing things which feel designed to enrage people, like lavish spending on ballrooms, while huge swaths of the government get fired and go without. Because when people finally snap because they're cold, hungry, sick, and tired, they'll riot, they'll loot because they will have to or they won't survive. And that's when he'll roll out the Insurrection Act. Think about it. It's now winter. People are hungry, cold, evicted, furious, taking to the streets. Protests turn into riots because people are sick and tired, literally. The president has just one powerful tool waiting in the wings, the Insurrection Act, which allows him to deploy troops to restore order. And once those troops are in the cities, principally blue cities, you needn't think that they're going to leave before the elections. Create pressure, spark unrest, use it to justify the Insurrection Act. And guys, we needn't act like governments haven't used starvation as a tool to kill off huge swaths of their population in the past, because they have. In 1932, the Soviet government under Stalin imposed brutal quotas on grain in Ukraine. They seized food from villages that were already starving, blocked aid, and punished anyone caught hiding crops. It wasn't a drought, it was man-made. Historians call it the Holodomor, millions dead. Used as a weapon to break resistance. And there are no shortage of examples like that across history. Different cities, different politics, different eras, same outcome. When leaders manipulate scarcity, People suffer and power tightens. So here we are, a shutdown, starving programs, cities under strain, raids stoking fear, and leaders out here acting like it's business as usual. Whether you think this is accident or opportunity, intentional or not, chaos benefits the same people. Thrive when citizens are hungry, cold, and scared to fight back. So you guys let me know in the comments, is this incompetence or is this by design? Take care of each other. It's about to get very, very bumpy out there.